Hello everyone, this is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing a grammar lesson, a writing lesson, and the subject is direct speech. So let's start. Let's go to the cinema. So if we want to write what is happening here, then this is how we write it. He said, let's go to the cinema. And this is an example of direct speech. Direct speech is when we report the exact words that somebody says. So here, the exact words are, let's go to the cinema. So this is direct speech. In this lesson, you will learn the rules for writing direct speech, also the correct punctuation, and also some vocabulary to report direct speech. And finally, at the end of the lesson, there are some exercises. Okay? So let's start. First of all, reporting clause before the direct speech. Example. He said, let's go to the cinema. Okay? So, here in blue, this is the reporting clause. Okay? So this is the verb where we are describing, where we are reporting the direct speech. Okay? So, he said. And as you can see, in this example, it is before the direct speech. He said is before the direct speech. So the rules are, if the reporting clause is before the direct speech, then the first rule, we write a comma before the direct speech. So this is the comma. So we must write this comma. And then we write the exact words inside the inverted commas. So these are the inverted commas. These little lines above the words. Okay? So this is the opening. These are the opening inverted commas. And these are the closing inverted commas. And we write the exact words inside the inverted commas. And also, the first letter of the direct speech is a capital letter. So it's a big letter. Here. So the L here is a capital letter. And finally, we write a full stop before the closing inverted commas. Here. So we write a full stop at the end of the direct speech and before the closing inverted commas. Okay? So a full stop is a dot on the bottom, on the line of the text. Full stop is British English. In American English, they call it a period. Okay? But it's the same thing. Okay? Now, there is a special rule for a reporting clause before a question or an exclamation. So, again, we have this time, he asked, do you want to go to the cinema? So this is a question. And here is an exclamation. He shouted, hurry up. So an exclamation is when we say something when we are excited or when we are shouting. Again, if the reporting clause is before the question or exclamation, which it is here, this is the reporting clause before a question, and here is a reporting clause before an exclamation. So the rules, well, the first rules are the same. Okay, nothing changes here. We write a comma before the direct speech, here and here. Again, we write the exact words inside the inverted commas. So the inverted commas are here and here. These are the exact words. And the first letter, again, is a capital letter. Capital D, capital H. But what changes is, for the question, we write a question mark before the closing inverted commas. Okay? Here, the question mark. So we don't write a full stop, we write a question mark. Or an exclamation mark before the closing inverted commas. Here. So it is not a full stop, we write an exclamation mark. Okay? Reporting clause after the direct speech. Let's go to the cinema, he said. So if the reporting clause is after the direct speech, like here, he said is now after the direct speech, then the rules are, again, we write the exact words inside the inverted commas. Okay? That's the same. Again, the first letter is a capital letter. Capital letter L. But this is different. This time we write a comma before the closing inverted commas. Okay? Here. So this is a comma. This is not a full stop. That is important. Okay? Although it is the end of the speech, we write a comma. And we write a full stop at the end of the reporting clause. So the full stop is here. Okay? So it is slightly different when the reporting clause is after the direct speech. It is different. Reporting clause after a question or exclamation. Do you want to go to the cinema? He asked. Hurry up, he shouted. If the reporting clause is after a question or exclamation, like it is here, the reporting clause, he asked, is after a question, and here the reporting clause is after the exclamation. The rules are, we write the exact words inside the inverted commas. Okay? The first letter is a capital letter, a capital D and a capital H. And this time we write a question mark before the closing inverted commas. Here. So we do not write a comma, we write a question mark. Or an exclamation mark before the closing inverted commas. Here. So again, we do not write a comma because it is an exclamation. So we write an exclamation mark. So these are exceptions. These are the only times when we do not write a comma, when it is a reporting clause after the direct speech. Okay? And finally, we write the full stop at the end of the reporting clause. Advanced rule. There is an advanced rule. Sometimes we want to break up the direct speech into two parts. Example. If you want to go to the cinema, she said, then call me. So we have two parts of the direct speech. Here and here. And in the middle is the reporting clause. So here we have put the reporting clause in the middle of the direct speech. And there is a special rule for this. The second part of the direct speech starts with a small letter if it is the same sentence as the first part of the direct speech. Small letter. Okay, so here we do not write a capital letter because then call me is the same sentence as the first part. Okay? Because the complete sentence is, if you want to go to the cinema, then call me. It is the same sentence, so we write a small letter here. Okay, and as before, don't forget there is a comma here, and there is a comma here, okay, at the end of the reporting clause, and a full stop here. So this is an exception. But, another example, I'm tired, she said. Let's stay at home. Here is the reporting clause in the middle. But this time, the second part of the direct speech starts with a capital letter if it is a new sentence. So capital letter L. And it is because I'm tired is a complete sentence and let's stay at home is a new sentence. Okay? So we start with a capital letter. But the commas stay. So don't forget to write the comma here and the comma here. Okay? That is still the same. So although I'm tired is a complete sentence, we still write the comma. Okay? That's important. So this is an advanced rule. Vocabulary. So what are these? Well, we have already seen that they are called inverted commas. They are inverted commas. But there are some other words for them. They are also called speech marks or quotation marks or simply quotes. Quotes. Okay, so there are 4 different ways of naming them. I prefer inverted commas, but you can choose. You can choose which one you want to call them. There are some other reporting verbs which are useful. So here are some other useful reporting verbs. They are often used for writing direct speech in books, newspapers, and reports. it is more common to use them in reporting clauses after the direct speech. Okay, after the direct speech. So we have the verb reply, and this is the past simple form, replied. Ask, asked. Comment, commented. Agree, agreed. Shout, shouted. Admit, admitted. And there are others, but these are very common ones. So, for an example, I really don't like her dress, she commented. I don't love you anymore, he admitted. Okay, so here we have used some different reporting verbs to write direct speech, and we have put the reporting clauses after the direct speech. Okay? Exercise. Which of the following sentences are written correctly? Example. Mark said, I don't want to go to school today. So, here are two sentences. Only one sentence is correct. Which sentence is correct? And the answer is the second sentence is correct, because there needs to be a comma here. Question 1. I have never been to New York, she said. So which sentence is correct? The answer is the second sentence is correct. Question 2. He said, we had a fantastic holiday last year. So which sentence is correct? The answer is the first sentence is correct. Question 3. Yes, they played very well, Mark replied. So which sentence is correct? The answer is the second sentence is correct. And question 4, this is the last question. Have you ever been to New York? She asked. So on question 4, there are 3 sentences, and only one sentence is correct. So which of these 3 sentences is correct? The answer is the second sentence, because there must be a question mark before the closing inverted commas. Okay? So, that is the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to subscribe, you can click here on the screen. And here are some other videos which you might be interested in watching. So to start the video, simply click on the screen. Okay? My name is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.